All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea news. It's going to be another banging show, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the headline of live stream today. The title, as you can see, our owners Todd Boehly and Badad Egbali gonna spend a lot of money on building a luxury chill-out room. Do you know what I mean? During all this crisis, look, do you know what? On any other given day, had the circumstances been different, this particular news is actually not a big deal because most clubs will have, chill out rooms, luxury chill out rooms where there's going to be apparently, video games, and there's going to be, soft furnitures where players can just chill for a moment. There's going to be some motivational phrases all over the wall where, players can get some motivation. Maybe in the wall somewhere it's going to say, "That's life," or maybe it's going to say, the lads gave it everything, and all sorts of other motivational stuff that's going to go around. Look, as I said, any other given day, maybe this doesn't matter. But the fact that we're in such a mud at the moment, and you can call it a crisis, to be honest. You can definitely call it a crisis. This is why there's a bad taste to this. This is why this has not gone down well. And especially when it's crazy, guys. I don't know how you guys feel. I really want to see how you guys feel about all of this in the live chat today. I want to bring up as many comments as I can. Since we lost against Southampton, days of luxury chill out rooms are getting built, whole heap of leaks. It's been so strange. It's been so mental. There's not been a single ounce of feeling that, it's siege mentality now. It's now, we're going to lock ourselves in, we're going to work hard, and we're going to try and get back into winning ways. Instead, since that loss against managerless Southampton, since that loss against, a team that is bottom of the Premier League, smack bang bottom, it's almost the opposite reaction. It's almost, and maybe who knows, maybe this does the trick. Who knows? Maybe this, we've been following a particular way of how to deal with games. And what they say, if you continue doing something and it keeps bringing you the same result, then you're insane. Don't do it. If you want success and you want to bring something different, you change things up. And maybe, just maybe, Graham Potter is changing things up and the owners are changing things up. The focus seems to be a lot on keeping players happy, looking after their well-being, babysitting them, caressing them and comforting them, and really, really treating them like little kids, to be honest. I don't know why this seems to be the vibe, because back in the days when we had those legendary players of John Terry and Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, Ashley Cole, Peter Cech, like those level of players, I didn't see this type of babysitting happening. Honestly, when things went south, those players got told to their face, and then they got on with it. They literally just pulled their socks up and got on with it. Now, days off, luxury chill out rooms being built, it's all mad. Valan, thanks so much for the super chat. Miz, as much as I don't think he's the one, I'm low-key begging he proves me wrong and turn things around. There is no one good to replace him currently. Look, I've said it so many times recently as well that I want him to turn it around. I think he can. Do you know what the crazy part is, ladies and gentlemen? You look at someone like Ten Hag and you see the game management he pulled off yesterday against Barcelona. You see the game management. First half, he didn't get it right. And immediately he sensed it. He's like, I've pictured this. I can see where it's going. And he changed it around. He pulled out Weghorst, put Rashford through the middle, sent Anthony wide, brought in Bruno Fernandes and Fred as the eights, sent Chilwell on the left side wide as well. And within minutes in the second half, they equalized. And where did they equalize from? From the eights. The players that, Bruno Fernandes was on the right. He was brought into eight alongside Fred. And straight away, Bruno Fernandes and Fred combines, gets a goal. And then they get the second through Anthony. Like, you can see the game management from Ten Hag. This guy, it's about feeling, sensing. It's about knowing what's happening. He's looking at the field and he can see and sense that something's not right. We're getting dominated. It's time to change. It's time to switch a few things. That's where the in-game management, I think this has been the biggest issue with Graham Potter. For me, that's been the biggest issue with Graham Potter, where so many games, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen recently, where we are screaming out for it to change, and it's not changing. Or he brings on weird substitutions. Players that are doing well, he takes them off, and he brings on players that have been ineffective for God knows how long. And I think for me, that's been the biggest downer with Graham Potter. More than anything, to be honest. Look, I wish we, in this project, in this process, no one's ever asking for 100% hit rate. Do you know what I mean? Every game, you got to win. You got to win. You got to win. No one. Believe me. More than you can believe. No one is asking for 100% hit rate. But we wanted to see some know-how. We wanted to see some tactical nous. Do you know what I mean? And this is what's been lacking. And I wish, and I sincerely still hope that Potter can turn things around. But it's on him. Get the lineup right. And when you see that it's not working out, be bold enough to change it immediately. And when you make substitutions, majority of the time, make the right substitutions. Read the game. What's happening? When you see the opposition has changed something, you've got to straight away react to that. You can't just let it move on. Do you know what I mean? You can't just let it move on. Let's see what you guys are saying now. Biggest issue Boehly has done is just buying talent. Players have to suit a system. You know how to learn that the hard way with Pogba and other talented players. Yeah, I mean, we've gone out there willy-nilly, just purchased anyone and everyone. Look, they're quality players, but I suppose was it detrimental to bring all of these players in at once? I don't know, maybe. But then again, I've also maintained, I don't even think it's the new players' fault. Like, the new players, if anything, they're doing all right. It's the existing ones that we haven't been able to get rid of. Miz, we can hope all we want, pray all we like. Potter just isn't the guy, and he never will be. Just see how top coaches handle in-game management. Eric Ten Hag, Tuchel, Mourinho, Pep. I wanted it to work out. Yeah, look, he's got to show. Look, for me, Spurs game, it might just be his last chance, because I feel Christopher Vivell is on his case. Do you know what the crazy thing is? We know Potter isn't a rubbish coach. He hasn't even shown any of that Brighton 3-4-3 diamond system. He only used it a couple of times. Do you know what? You're bang on, Balak CFC. You're bang on. And I honestly feel that 3-4-3 diamond formation that he was executing it to the T with Brighton and the caliber of players they had there, he was getting so much out of it. I honestly think it's our owners that has told him not to play the three at the back. This is why we don't see the three at the back anymore. Potter, I feel like the philosophy, and I'm not saying Graham Potter is a one-trick pony. No. Even with the back four, you can see this certain shift. At times with the ball, it is three. The other fullback bombs up, and the other one maybe tucks in. So I'm not saying that he is entirely given up on that ideology, but having three defenders that he did in Brighton and playing the wing backs as wingers, that was bold. That was a different form of three at the back. That was something different that I honestly started seeing from Graham Potter. He was literally playing with three CBs, and that's it. And the CBs were wide. and the the wing backs were further up, and they were really just wingers. Used to be Trossard and Solly March. And the two pivot players were also very attacking, but at the same time, very good defensive players as well. It feels like, I think the owners, they don't want to see three at the back. They don't want to see three defenders. Yet we bought so many defenders. It's mad. It's mad. We go out there, we buy all these defenders, but we don't want to see three at the back football. And I feel this is where sometimes these owners, and I don't think they're gonna stick their nose into too many things anymore. I think they'll just overarch and watch from above, I suppose. They're going to allow Christopher Vivell, Paul Winstonley, and Lawrence Stewart, and all of these people, Joe Shields. He's going to allow them to sort of take charge. But yeah, when these people weren't around, the owners, they already done the damage. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were dictating terms and asking all of this stuff from the manager, which Graham Potter, at the end of the day, it seems like he's a yes man and he listens. And well, why wouldn't you? When you're earning £12 million a year, make me a yes man. Please, I'll put my hand up. I will be a yes man as well. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Hart says 2-0 CFC. Mine says 3-0 Spurs. Look, 2-0 Chelsea. Wow. If that happens, that would be brilliant. That would be brilliant. I think everyone will be over the moon. For me, that seems far-fetched, man. I think it's either a draw, at best a draw, or we lose. I don't think we're going to get walloped. I don't think, recent times we haven't been walloped. Last walloping we took was against Brighton, right? Man City one is where you can say it was a bit of a walloping. But yeah, man. Look, a win would give so much. It just relieve us a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It just take the stress away for a little bit, and then you can start focusing on Leeds. And maybe if you can get a win there, and you can start a bit of momentum, it's so needed. It's so needed. And I feel like Graham Potter just do everything and anything possible to get a win. Forget about style. Forget about progressive football. This, that, the other. All this jargon that gets thrown around. Just focus on somehow managing to get victory. Shit, how's it if you have to? This is how Man United built their momentum. It's only now we are starting to see some of their plans coming to fruition, some of their plans getting implemented. But at first, Eric Ten Hag, it was just, let's just get the result. You guys know how to counter-attack, so just counter-attack. Do you know what I mean? That is it, Miz. He does have a couple of switches in game at Brighton. He doesn't look like the same guy. He does know how to change things up, but at Chelsea, I don't know what's happening. Is it just overwhelming for him? I don't know. Like, he's not brought those ideologies, everything that was working for him at Brighton, he's not brought them in. And I know it's Brighton. Brighton don't come across too many teams that want to sit back. Teams that play Brighton tend to play toe-to-toe with them. I get it. Coming at Chelsea, it's not always like that. You're going to come across teams that might sit back. But recently, teams actually want to play toe-to-toe with us. So you'd think maybe, he could have deployed that Brighton way of playing because of the opposition fancying a victory against us. 3 CV and the defense line creates a balanced defense and attack, with the wing-backs being strong in both attack and defensive faces. The 4 at the back means we need a strong midfield and wingers. Yeah. 4 at the back, it's demanding. You need 2 CBs that are going to be solid, 1v1. Playing 4 at the back, more attacking style of football, you need excellent 1v1 defenders. You need pretty much 1v1 everything. Midfielders that are very good in isolation, can cover a lot of ground. Wingers, excellent 1v1. Of course, you need to be cohesive as well. You got to move as a team, no doubts about that. But you need to have very, very good players. But at the same time, you need to be coached well as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, as I said, Potter's Brighton, yes, they played 3 at the back. Sometimes they played 4 at the back as well. And they didn't look too bad either. So there's that. And Mole, you're a rubbish coach if you can't voice your opinion to owners and come up with a game plan. Weak mentality like that would make players not follow you. I think there is some certain truth. There is definitely certain truth around this particular comment. I know some people might just dismiss it, but I honestly believe because of how much of a yes man Potter is, and I truly believe he is. As I said, why wouldn't you be? When you're earning that much money, you better be a yes man. For Potter, he's hit the jackpot. Graham Potter has hit the jackpot at Chelsea Football Club. So why wouldn't you be? So maybe certain players, they see this and they go, do you know what? Nah, man, you're how can I respect you? How can I respect you? You can't stand your ground. So we'll see. We'll see. The next few matches are going to be so telling. It's going to decide his fate. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. I'll be very surprised. Of course, if he wins, then kudos. If he can get 3 out of 3 wins in the next few matches, I think that would be a massive confidence booster. But if he flops, then what's the point? What's the point? Sorry, but these owners are clueless. If they didn't want to play 3 at the back through, should have bought a coach who is good at 4 at the back, like Ten Hag, but bought a 3 at the back specialist. It's just, I don't know what their thought process was. I really don't know what their thought process was when they brought in someone like Graham Potter. You know, what were they most interested about? What really caught their eye? I think a lot of the times they said that they really like the way Graham Potter works with young players, develop them, and his collaborative nature. He likes to collaborate, but you know, you can't win stuff with all young players. You cannot influx a team with 11 young players. You can't. You need experience. Once again, I keep bringing up Man United because they're a good example. Have a look at Casemiro. Look at what a beast he is for Man United. Have a look at Varane at the back as well. The way they're defending. One of the biggest weaknesses, and I think they should probably still fix that, is De Gea, David De Gea. You look at the distribution of Ter Stegen. Look at the way the Barca keeper Ter Stegen's distribution is immense. If they had that level of a keeper, Man United, I'm telling you, there'd be so, because Ter Stegen is probably equally good when it comes to shot stopping as well. I mean, De Gea I'd probably have De Gea in terms of shot stopping is probably ahead of everyone. But if you can get a keeper that's good in shot stopping, but also has the ability like Ter Stegen to distribute from the back, because Man United, everything else seems to be quite spot on. And as I said, it's a blend of young players mixed in with some experienced players. So, look, yeah, that's how you need to build the team. That's how you need to build a team. And if our owners thought that we're just going to bring in Potter, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, there's a news that's floating around. We're going for another youngster, 15-year-old, I believe, from where was he from? 15-year-old wonder kid from Kendry Paez. Where's he from? Wonder kid. Ecuador. 15-year-old. So look, I'm glad. I'm glad you're finding all these gems. I'm ecstatic you're finding all these gems all across the world. But what about now, man? Like now, you can't just like these kids down the track. And who knows? It's a gamble. This particular kid from Ecuador is 15. 15. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to see him for a while. He's going to be in the development squad. He's going to, train with them. And then maybe when he's 17, 18, he might go out on loan to a championship team or somewhere in Europe. He's 15. So, yeah, like if our owners brought in Graham Potter because, he's able to work with young players, then, I mean, we're not going to win stuff. We need to win stuff. There's got to be a good balance. The fans didn't want three at the back either. So why are we now complaining and blaming the owners? No. So, okay. There's a lot of there is I wouldn't even say large portion. There is certain portion that didn't want three at the back. And that's fine. But what we are talking about here is a manager that works very well with three at the back. You have to understand the context here. You didn't bring a manager that is known for his four at the back football. And once again, as I said, I don't think Graham Potter is a one-trick pony, but his specialty, if you look at his Brighton days, and I think that's what everyone relies on and looks upon, his specialty was the three at the back, but his three at the back was different. It was three CBs that were wide and wingbacks really as wingers. It was genuinely three at the back. It was 3-3-3-1, right? 3-3-3-1. The wingbacks really played as wingers, genuine wingers. So I think you need to make that, you need to distinguish between the two situations here. Yes, the fans wanted back four, but the manager is known for his back three football. The manager has fine-tuned his back three football. So, you go with what the manager's strength is. That's what I believe. I personally believe that. Yeah. He'll move to Chelsea when he's 18 means, there you go. Look, I've not even paid too much attention on that particular news, to be honest. I've not really paid too much attention on it. I don't even know. I can't be bothered. I can't look. Wonder kid, 15-year-old. What? For me, 15. What am I going to say as for a 15-year-old? I've not even seen him. And he's a wonder kid from Ecuador. Okay, fine. Fair enough. We'll wait. We'll wait till he blows up. Do you know what I mean? We'll wait till he becomes the thing. Right now, I don't know too much about that wonder kid. I'm getting worried about Boehly buying all these kids. It just thinks of to make money out of them, sell them. Yeah, I mean, there is that incentive there, isn't it? If one of these kids turn out to be superstars, well, then Todd Boehly and Baghdad Iqbali, they've hit the jackpot. And they're going to be cleaning up a lot of money. There is a incentive of that manner. There's no doubt about that. It's not just all about let's try and influx Chelsea team with all these youngsters and these are going to be the future of Chelsea. No, they're hoping that one of these youngsters will turn into super mega star so that they can cash in. They can cash in, sell them to like PSG or Real Madrid and make a crap load of money. Means what can fix Chelsea? Is it the players? Do we need Zidane? Do we need Neymar? New board. I need answers. Okay. Look, first of all, the team, the manager, or the players, they need to be humble. They need to come. This is why I didn't like the day off. I didn't want the days, those days that they took off, the team took off, to be training days or anything. I wanted the days to come in and have, first of all, when you are going through a particular issue in life, what do? You first talk. If I have an issue, let's say Marviel, if I've got an issue with you, what do I do first? I'm going to sit down and have a conversation with you. Let's talk it out. Let's see what's going on. Let's note down where we can do. I think this is what needed to happen initially. Let's listen from all the players. And then let's make a decision. Who's in, who's not. I don't think Graham Potter has been, and these are some of the leaks that's been coming out as well, saying that, Graham Potter, there's no complaints about Graham Potter. He seems like a nice guy. But you know what? He doesn't talk that much. And many players believe that he's just not in that caliber of Thomas Tuchel, Pep Guardiola, and Klopp. Potter needs to get ruthless. First, talk to the players. Understand what the issue is. Have your own thoughts as well. Then start implementing plans. Get rid of players that you don't want. Like, okay, fine, you don't want Aubameyang, no problems. But I'm sure there are other players that they shouldn't be part of this squad either. Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount to a certain degree as well. Should be benched. Should be a bench player. You cannot rely on him to start anymore. Set out your perfect starting 11. Play them week in, week out. And if you're worried that you're going to have injuries, this, that, the other, my man, then you need to probably focus on who you can bring in that you can rely on. If you're worried that, you're going to overload them, this, that, the other, well, you're never going to get this utopia situation, right? You're never going to get everything perfect. You have to come to a settled 11 that you can play on a regular basis. This is why Sarri, he liked a close-knit group because he wanted the chemistry to build. He didn't want a bloated squad. Look at the squad. It's just it's insane. 35 players? There's a meme that's going around. We've got more players than goals. So, look, to answer your question, Marviel, there's got to be a lot of openness. There's got to be a lot of, humbleness about this situation. I don't know if there is. All these leaks, this, that, the other, showing that they don't trust Potter. And I'm pretty sure even Potter doesn't trust some of these players. It is a bit of a mess. But I don't completely just blame everything on Potter, blame everything. The owners have contributed as well. The owners came in and just willy-nilly changed everything. Look, it's going to take time. It's just going to take time. Come summer, we're going to have to get rid of a lot of players. But having said that, if we had a manager that is experienced, that's the other factor. Graham Potter has never seen this level of football club in his life before. If we brought in a particular manager that is just experienced at this level, maybe things could have been a little bit more different and it could have been managed a little bit differently. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. Imagine if you mess up one huge deal with the biggest client in your company. Instead of getting fired, your boss tells you to go for R&R. Matt, yeah, look, that's what's happening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slowly wrap things up. Let's take some final comments. Smash up the like button. We've got well over 320, nearly 350 people. Let's get those likes up to at least 150, ladies and gentlemen. Easily we can get to 150. And hope you're enjoying this interaction. Hope you're enjoying this discussion. And if you are, please get those likes up and make sure you subscribe. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, because very close to 21,000. So let's try and get there. But for the time being, let's take a moment and bang those likes out. Absolutely bang them out. Easily we can get to 150. We're up to 71. Easy we can get to 150. We've got enough people to do that. To be honest, I think the situation has overwhelmed him. Graham Potter isn't elite standards, but he isn't even performing to his own standards. For F's sake, he's better than this. Look how he outplayed us versus Tuchel last season. Now, you're right. He's much better than this. It has overwhelmed him. It absolutely has overwhelmed him. There's no doubts about that. I just can hear his press conference. It might be me, but he sounds so arrogant. I'm starting to think he is a tad bit arrogant. He really is. He is a tad bit arrogant. Matt Charles, good to see you, my man. Hey, Miz, you okay? I'm all right, my man. Hope you're fine as well. I can forgive the owners because they're still learning, but showing ambition for sure. But Potter was mistake. They might have to hold their hands up too. Fairs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up. Last comment, Digital Film Reviews. Good to see you, my man. Sometimes the job is too big for the man. It is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I shall see you guys for later on tonight, UK time, wrapping up the latest news. Ryan will be here, so we might do a live. So look out for that. We approximately might do that live around 7 p.m. UK. Just bringing up the latest Chelsea news, and then we'll do the review tomorrow because it's a Sunday game. We'll do the review on Saturday evening. I think that's when it's going to be more relevant. Until then, everyone, take care and see ya. And smash the like button before you go. Subscribe as well.